So one of my favorite game companies kind of in a pickle. And one of my favorite games of, I think 2 years ago? Yeah, it was 2 years ago. Final Fantasy 15 has reached the end of, DLC expansion. And this honestly brings up a pretty interesting debate, a pretty interesting topic that I've seen a lot of people bring up in past videos. Should debate really be implemented into single player games? And, let's just talk about it. Because first thing is, Hajime Tabata leaving for the planned DLC and other future expansions for Final Fantasy 15 being flat out cancelled, and we're into taking a $33 million loss from this, but they bounced back pretty quick. But we need to speak on this because, again, I love Final Fantasy 15. I love Square Enix. And I know this had nothing to do with Kingdom Hearts because you guys are be covering that, but I just really want to talk about it. And yes, none of this will affect Kingdom Hearts, hopefully. So, let's read into the article from Eurogamer. And I'll admit, the first time, because this is my second time recording this, I messed up, so please forgive me. I have legit gotten dry, dry mouth. So, Hajime Tabata resigns from his role on the director of Final Fantasy 15. At the same time, he left Luminous Production and had no further relations with Square or Luminous Production. We are told that he left for personal reasons. It on Final Fantasy 15 and other memorable titles. We wish him a very success for the future and will continue to cheer him on. Now, for people who's wondering what Luminous Productions is, Luminous Productions was the production company for the Luminous engine, which was Square's in-home engine. There are a couple videos on it. Final Fantasy 15 used it. There are a couple videos showing how it works, the detail, and there's a lot of attention to detail, from just the hair to how the character moves to how they speak. It's a really cool engine, and I really want to see them use it from future Final Fantasy titles. But I don't like how they're treating Final Fantasy as of now. As to the future of Luminous Production, the studio was established with goals to create a new IP, so we are continuing to develop our new title. So Tabata was the director for Final Fantasy 15. Obviously, I've stated that. He also, trust me, you guys will know it if you've ever seen the debated what's it fucking called? The debated, when he pushed back the game, the delayed video. So it's a lot to take in. And he's been a director for a while. He's been with them since 1999. So Tabata it's not like he's an unknown name, but yeah, he also got in front of the screen and told about the delay. And so my one problem is that Final Fantasy 15, even with all the things it had, was still very incomplete. Even with the Royal Edition pretty much being there, it was still an incomplete game. And as sad to say, that's just how it was, and that's sad to say that's how its future is, because it's done. The cycle of content that was going to come mainly has been cancelled except for Episode Arden. And to be honest, I have no interest in Episode Arden at all. I understand we were able to play the other party members, but the one that I was interested that got cancelled was Luna Freya and Aranea, because this game was very male dominant when it came to characters. And also, I really wanted to see some of Luna Freya's past, and we didn't know much about Aranea, so I really wanted to find out about her. And overall, I just really wanted to find out about more than one character. So it's like, knowing these DLCs getting canceled, and I'm gonna read more into the article, but I just want to give my thoughts. It's sad because it's like the game still had a story to tell, and you could tell they were trying, but at the same time, you can't really do much with the incomplete game. So if you're wondering where the news comes from all of this, and it's really sad, what the Final Fantasy 15 2-year anniversary. So the news comes immediately in the wake of Square Enix posting a notice of an extraordinary loss of over 3,733 million yen, which is $33 million in American money, or wherever you're from, 30 million pounds. I don't know the currency of everything, but statement, bizarrely, Square Enix made the announcement of Tabata's departure and the cancellation of DLC as a part of its special live stream of a continuation of series it used to keep in touch with fans throughout the latter part of Final Fantasy 15 development. So if you don't know, when Final Fantasy 15 was being developed, they would show off, you know, them driving in a car, they show off combat, they show off new things that were added to the game, and it was dope looking at those streams. And the reason why is because it was like we were getting more insight on things to be made. I believe the final live stream they had for the whole game was in March, and in March it was god damn it, I'm looking for another article while we're speaking, but in March it was this huge live stream in LA, and it gave us the release date, it gave us Final Fantasy 15 Brotherhood, it gave us a fucking car. I don't know why games are doing that, and excuse me, but I'm not censoring that, but yeah, gave us a car and everything. And it's strange seeing that Final Fantasy. I feel like what happened with it was, and it's mainly the story part, because the story is amazing, but it's so incomplete. Like, it feels like you get a book and they leave chapters out, and you know they're telling you buy these individual chapters for $5, and it's sad but true that that's what happened with this game. So I'm reading another article from another place that'll give us more information. Square Enix had planned to continue the never-ending flow of Final Fantasy 15 content all through 2019 with 4 DLC episodes centered on the characters Arden, Aranea, Lunafreya, and Noctis. Instead, only Arden episode will be released. The other 3 have been abandoned, and there will be a collaboration event with Final Fantasy 14 next month, and the Comrades multiplayer mode will be spun out into a standalone game for PS4 and Xbox One. That's interesting. I didn't know it was going to be a standalone game. That's fucking interesting. But yeah, wow, like, it always hurt me to see that Final Fantasy 15. Again, not a lot of people. It was a debated game. It was definitely a debated game. It was incomplete. It was definitely not what we wanted in Final Fantasy. And I'm sorry if you guys can barely hear me, but it was debated. It was, some people loved it, like I loved it. I loved the combat, but I felt like it could be improved. Like, it needed to be better. Because again, I get they were going for the action oriented combat, but that takes work and time, and they rushed it out immediately because, again, people have been waiting for it since 2006. Well, it wasn't even 15, then it was Versus. And it's honestly a shame. It really is. Because as much as the game had flaws, it was still an extremely fun game. The only issues it really had was, in my opinion, was side characters and side quests were boring. Combat was needed to be worked on a little bit, and overall, that's about it. But the game, oh yeah, and the story being majorly incomplete. But there was so much hope I had for this game. So, wow, it's Square, and when it comes to the money loss with Square Enix, they've had worse. It's hit them hard before. So overall, it's sad to say, but Final Fantasy 15 will not be continuing. I hope the next Final Fantasy project will be using the Luminous engine. I hope that they'll have a more structured combat system. Hope they combine the Gambit system and the current combat system, and a little bit of Final, like what Lightning Returns did. But like Lightning Returns had the combat system where you could pick like the attack magic, cure potion, attack magic, fire, stuff like that. I really wish they would do for the next Final Fantasy game. And please do not split the story up into a movie, anime, and a game. I want the full package when I buy $60. See, that's the thing, developers don't know. $60, $70 because Canada paying like $10 extra. Fucking 50. If it's going above 40, we want the whole thing. We want the whole thing. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and listening to me ramble on about this. I wish Square the best. Your next endeavor, you have Kingdom Hearts 3, you have Hitman, you have Dragon Quest that did amazingly well. You did what else? Just Cause 4 is about to do fire. I'm legit buying Just Cause 4 because Just Cause 3 and 2 got me into the series and they were really fun, and it was legit just being able to destroy everything that made it cool. But you guys have so many other endeavors. I just take a break from Final Fantasy. Focus on Final Fantasy 14, their mobile. I mean not mobile, their MMORPG. And again, Square Enix has tons of mobile games that are helping them financially. So it's not even a financial issue, it's just that IP is taking a hit. And it's like, you don't know what to say. And me being a Final Fantasy fan since I was around 5, because I remember playing the Game Boy version of it. Since I remember playing the original SNES version. I remember playing Final Fantasy 7 when I got my PS3 for the first time. I remember playing like all of these games, and knowing that Final Fantasy is a huge part of my childhood. It's a combination of Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts that got me into all the Japanese things that I love so dearly. Like, they got me into all the RPGs that I love so dearly. I remember back in the day when I was in middle school, there would be days I wouldn't go outside because I'd be playing Final Fantasy 14. And it's sad but true, but you know, I hate to see the game go in that direction. So again, I hope them well. I hope they actually sit down and figure out the next Final Fantasy 15. I hope, not Final Fantasy 15, the next Final Fantasy. I hope they learn from their mistakes, because Square Enix is one of those companies where they know if something doesn't work, they usually fix it, or they usually do something completely different. So just work on your game. Work on your game, Square Enix. Hire another director. How do you make Tabata is an amazing director, but he's gone now. Like, he wants to make his own video games. And, you know, keep using the Luminous engine. I hope that Luminous engine tech demo eventually gets turned into a game, because I'm interested in that too. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know that this is a very different video, but I do want to talk about stuff that's going on in the gaming community as well. So yeah, expect a lot more of those. I'll see you guys in the next video. Keep running with your bro. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So share this video to, you know, help me grow. And don't forget to like. Remember, sharing does help. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.